What's good, Nana Dreamers? My name is Julian Taliaferro, and I'm coming at y'all with the 6 monthly book analysis. And this one is titled Technical and Strategy. And I'm going to just jump right in with the first book, which is Neurocomputing, a Theory and Practice, written by Phillip D. Wasserman. The second book is Rich Dad Poor Dad, written by Robert Kiyosaki. The third book is The Strategy and Tactics of Pricing, a Guide to Profitable Decision Making, written by Thomas Nagle and Reed Holden. The fourth book I don't have with me because I gave it to my friend, but it's called How to Invest $50 to $5,000, written by Nancy Dunnan. And then the last book I have is Blue Ocean Strategy, written by Renée, Mauborgne, and W. Chan Kim. So, beginning with the first book, Neurocomputing, Theory and Practice, this is one of those random reads for me. I don't deal with anything in neurocomputing, but I saw it on my parents' bookshelf, and I thought, why not read it? It seemed interesting, and what could I learn? So what the book did was give me an initial overall understanding of neural networks and artificial intelligence, for me to learn about single layer neural networks, multi-layer neural networks, and a couple of more different paradigms. But what's also intriguing about it is that this is a really old book. Like, it's a lot older. So for me to see how the field has progressed from then all the way to now, where now we have things like ChatGPT, ChatGPT 4, which are so advanced in artificial intelligence. It just shows how things can exponentially grow and progress. And in general, when it comes to artificial intelligence, I was one of those people who were a little bit wary when things like ChatGPT 4 came out, because I didn't know what that meant for me and just in general. But as time has passed, I've seen all the beneficial instances when I can be using, how helpful it can be in so many different situations. So it grew on me to where now I accept it. And artificial intelligence, like I said, has just so many applications, whether it's in your own life or in business. So again, interesting read. It's a beginner book, so just a initial understanding of neural networks. And if I were want to go more in depth in neurocomputing, I'll definitely need to read another book. But yeah, so that was a good one. That's the first one. The second book I want to talk about is Rich Dad Poor Dad, written by Robert Kiyosaki. And this is the book that everyone tells you to read if you want to get up on your financial literacy. And it was just that. The book clearly, laid out the path on how to increase your assets. And it kind of told me plainly as I was reading it that I need to get up on my accounting. I need to continually learn more and more about finances. Um, I need to, never work for money, and all the different lessons that the book had. I need to abide by it. But the utmost is just to become as financially literate as I can. And what he wanted to emphasize a lot is just that you don't want to be in the rat race. You don't want to be another rat running around. You don't want to be in that position. And in order to not be in that position, you need to start building your portfolio and have some sort of passive income. But that all begins with becoming financially literate, and then you'll kind of put those building blocks in place for you to make the right investments and to be in positions to not be in the rat race anymore. So again, the book was Rich Dad Poor Dad, good read and a really easy read as well. So that's the second one. The third book I want to talk about is The Strategy and Tactics of Pricing, a Guide to Profitable Decision Making. And this is written kind of like a textbook, honestly. So it touched so many aspects of pricing, so many different strategies that you can use. But I think the main thing that I took from the book was just that pricing is not a singular act. It's always looked at in combination with marketing, distribution, and so many other different things. But pricing isn't just one thing. You don't just put a price tag on a product and call it a day, because so many different factors can weigh on that decision and can change it, right? Whether you have competitors, depending on what the consumer wants, right? Depending on how things have changed over time. So pricing is an active thing and it's not a passive thing. It's active. You need to be active with your pricing. You don't just put it on there once. Your pricing may be subject to change. So a really cool book. One of those ones that I have to come back to, definitely. When I'm in a situation where I need to look at pricing a little bit more explicitly, and this would be the book to go to. So again, The Strategy and Tactics of Pricing: A Guide to Profitable Decision Making, written by Thomas Nagle and Reed Holden. And then the fourth book that I don't have, but I gave it to my friend, is called How to Invest $50 to $5,000. And this book was written to where it just listed out all the ways that you can make investments with $50 all the way to $5,000. So talking about Roth IRAs, bonds, 401k, stocks, mutual funds, almost all the investment pathways that you can choose. This book talked about it with somewhat of a lower sum of money. And he even listed out where to go to for more information or how you can contact different institutions in order to start a Roth IRA. The book is outdated, so the places that they said, weren't active anymore. Some of them weren't active, but she does have current editions of the same book, right? Which I'm assuming would have up to date, institutions on where you can invest. So again, another book, because sometimes you don't think about investing $50. I know me personally, when I think of investing, I usually think of higher sums of money, but there's nothing wrong with investing $50, $100, and learning about the basics, and then that way you can work your way up, the ladder. So again, the book is How to Invest How to Invest $50 to $5,000, written by Nancy Dunnan. And now the last book that I want to touch on is Blue Ocean Strategy. And it's just about making new markets, either for a new business or for a business that's currently operating, and how what we currently have in a lot of these markets are red oceans, where it's all these different competitors fighting for either market share or for the customers. And it can be hard to, get an advantage. So the best advantage is to create an entirely different market. And in that, you have to either look at what your current offering is in a different way, or just look at making a new offering. So you have to think critically about it. And I want to talk about the takeaway that I had. And when it comes when you're making your new market or your new offering, how do you look at it? And you should look at it as eliminating things in the current market. You should look at raising your offering, reducing something in your offering, and creating something new in your offering. So kind of like a four-pronged thing where you can eliminate some things about what's going on in the current market, right? So get rid of that. You can raise certain aspects, you can reduce some aspects and create new ones. And that way, you can have something new. So instead of fighting in the red ocean, you create a whole new blue ocean, right? That's why it's called Blue Ocean Strategy. And reading this book, this is how I came up with my startup idea. So a really beneficial book. I encourage anybody to read it. And it talks about the different strategies on how to come up with a new market. So that's it for this episode, Technical and Strategy. Some of the books you guys should definitely go and read. And all right, that's it for this episode. So all right, let's get it, y'all. Go and achieve y'all 99 dream. And it's 99 dream because you are going to achieve your dream. And it would be 100%, but nothing is perfect. So you're going to achieve 99% of that. And let's go and let's get it.